Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. And in today's video, we are going over the brand new Godzilla Museum Series by Mondo. And up first, it's the 1970s Hanna-Barbera Godzilla. For collectors, this is a big deal. We've been waiting 50 years for an official release, and we finally got it. So, was it worth the wait? Let's dive into it. Up first, we got the box. Really digging the whole red and black aesthetic here. Really makes the Godzilla figure pop on the box. You got the Mondo, Toho, Godzilla logo, and I really like the Mondo letters running down the sides. And the back, as it swings around, pretty fun. It gives you the height, weight, like a full breakdown. So the height is 7.5 inches, 8.25 with the base. The weight is 16 ounces. And then it even gives you a fun little description here. Appearing across television screens in the late 1970s, this version of Godzilla is unforgettable. From its pulse-pounding theme song to its comical sidekick, Godzilla ruled the airwaves. This first-of-its-kind collectible captures a memorable moment in Godzilla's history. And that's my best, I guess, 1970s announcer voice. But enough of that. Let's get this bad boy open.
Up from the depths, 30 stories high, breathing fire, his man in the sky, Godzilla.
And Godzu. No. Let's keep this focus on the king. So one of the things I really love here is the tail key with a magnet on it, which if you've been following the channel, you know I'm all about them magnetic joints. I've seen the color be criticized for not being accurate enough, but depending on your lighting choice, he can be as bright or as muted as you desire. The elephant in the room, Crackzilla, the stomach line is a lot longer and more pronounced than the original proto pics, but whatever. Up next, we have the tail, very shelf-friendly design with a nice curve to it. Way too many Godzilla figures, in my opinion, have straight tails that can really eat up your shelf design, so I'm always pleased when we get a curve. As you can see, a matching magnet and key for the tail assembly. Now on to the base. Let's slip it out here. This was one of the things I was really expecting to not care for at all, especially with a 7-inch figure, but don't mind the hair. I have Huskies. It didn't come packed that way. So here we go. All the logos you'd expect, tying it all together, but no edition size, man. I really feel it takes away from having a base as a statue collector. I'd really like to see the edition sizes added to these things. We also get a little magnetic plate here reading Godzilla The Animated Series 1970s, which will be uniform to the rest of the releases in this series. Watch out, the magnet isn't particularly strong, so if you pick it up too quickly, it might fly across the room. So before we put it all together, let's get some close-ups here. The paint app doesn't have any kind of sealer, so if you have classic oily Italian skin like I do, you'll notice it picks up that residue, and don't handle it too roughly as it will scuff pretty easily. Some QC issues, you can see on his left brow, I have some kind of scuffing. It's not too noticeable, but a little disappointing considering its price. My main issues here with this piece lies in his lower half and the paint app in terms of the line work. They sculpted the lines on the figure itself, and it ends up being more distracting than eye-pleasing. As you can see on his knee here, they missed the lines completely, and they did the same on his stomach line, which makes it more pronounced and visible to the point your spouse's mind goes immediately in the gutter before yours does. The other knee is the same issue, and even here behind it, the lines aren't matching and just going in different directions. It's kind of weird. I would have liked to see more attention to detail here, since with a 2D model sculpted in a 3D plane, it's the only details we get. But okay, let's get this bad boy quickly assembled, shall we? As we see, we have the keyholes and the magnets, so this should be easy, barely an inconvenience, right? No. This does not key in easy at all. In fact, this gave me such a hard time. You can see in this next shot, the key was deformed from the extra force necessary to get this together. So one of my favorite features initially quickly became one of its biggest negatives. I finally got them together off camera, and hey, it's a snug fit, so that's a positive, right? Alright, let's get them on the stand and see how it all looks together. Here it is, the money shot. So to answer my own question from earlier, was it worth the wait? And I think my answer is very mixed. If this was released 10 years ago, I would have been over the moon, but as I've grown older, my personal collecting habits have grown larger. While I love finally having this classic version represented in my collection, I was very taken back by its small presence and lightweight. When this series was first announced, especially at its price point of $120 MSRP, I was expecting something more along the lines of the Batman Black and White series, which is a similar scale line but made out of resin instead of rotocast vinyl. But that's not to say I'm not excited for the potential this line has to offer. Up next is the Attack Peter Godzilla, which has Figure of the Year potential based on its sculpt alone. I also have my fingers crossed for a Marvel Godzilla release. Let's go! So let us know in the comments below. How are you digging this release? And as always, let's end this with toys spinning on turntables, baby.